How important is it for us to get trained to be a parent?
I wouldn't commercially train anybody, okay? Because just like you don't biologically become a parent, you don't get trained to be a parent either. But I guess I would use a simple statement here. Nobody grows by doing the same thing every day all their life.
Wow.
Right? It's as simple as that. We need to keep updating, upgrading, developing, because growth is a process that is very dynamic. It can never be static.
Yes.
And so when our grandparents or our parents tell us that we raised so many children, yes, it was okay for that lifestyle. It was okay for that time. But today, in our changing lifestyles where family sizes have become smaller, exposure levels have become less. And when I say exposure levels, yes, we are exposed to a lot of information, but exposed to experiences, not so much.
Can you elaborate on that?
So, when I say, so now for example, I'm living in an apartment complex. Okay, and my experiences are very limited to that apartment complex. But when we were living, say in the 70s or 80s, maybe we didn't travel as much. But we had so many dynamics within our own community. I would probably have an experience with an aunt, with somebody outside. We would have walking to school as an experience. So many diverse experiences which cannot be contained under one,
yes.
Small box.
Yes.
And so I think we kept adapting, and the advantages of growing up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, I would say, technology free, we had a lot of interaction with our environment,
Yes.
with people, with experiences, with situations, and we really did develop through that. Now what's happening, it's almost always become instructional through a screen. And when I said we are shrinking in experiences, the screen is telling you how to lead life. Right? Now, for example, there was a recent article I read where Instagram reported that people buy clothes for just one photograph of Instagram and they return. And Amazon has talked about how they've got warehouses full of returned clothes because they just wanted that one Instagram picture. But you and I come from a generation where we cherish true sets of clothing.
Yes.
So when I'm saying we've shifted in terms of, you can't use that parenting model here because our experiences are very different, they're very diverse. Having said that, I would definitely ask parents to look for ways in which they can update themselves on current practices, because neuroscience research has come up in a very big way. We understand how the brain learns. Earlier we believed reward, punishment, reinforcement. So I'm sure our grandparents used, if you do this, I'll do that. The threat and the bribe and the, all of that. But now I don't think it works that way. It's become much different. We understand that the brain has consistent experiences and that becomes experience. So if you really look at talent hubs, where you have tennis or music, or when you see how children actually develop talent, we realize the importance of making mistakes. In the previous parenting styles, mistakes were not allowed.
Yes.
Perfection was worshipped. Now we understand unless you make mistakes, you don't really excel. So, in that sense, I would definitely ask parents to update themselves, and which is why our parenting workshop today is going to be a very dynamic process as well. It's not going to be a chalk and talk, okay, this is how you be a good father, this is how you should be a good mother kind of thing, because how do you teach people how to be in relationships?
You can't teach me.
Okay, how do you teach somebody to be a good human being? No, you just model those things, and at most you can share some experiences from which they can gain insight. And somewhere I think parenting is the most insightful experience of being human.
Yeah.
Because the child comes into our life to remind us of what needs change inside us, and that I think is the most enriching aspect of parenting.
Thank you.